Hello, in this video, I'll be introducing you to MT5, which is MetaTrader 5. So if you are new to MetaTrader, be sure to watch this video. And if you are not new to MetaTrader, but you realize that, sometimes you will always need to find your way around things, be sure to wait behind as well. I'll see you in the video. So first thing first, you want to make sure you download your MT5 from your broker's website, precisely from your broker's website. Yes, you can log in into a general MT5 or a MT5 from another broker, but it will be a little bit stressful. So the best thing is you go to your broker's website, you download the MT5 from the broker's website. So it will be configured for your broker, right? So it will be easy for you to select your server. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you log in. You click on this traffic icon, then you click on login. Then you select your login, you enter your login details, you enter your password, then you select the server, right? So here you go. You can select the server, and after that you click on OK. And that is that on how to log in. So the next thing you have after logging in, you will have the market watch. And in the case where you don't have the market watch, you can go for view, then you go for market watch. Automatically you activate it. So now your market watch contains the symbols available for you to be traded. So it's more like your favorite list. By default, there might be some content in your market watch, and in the case where you don't have a symbol that you wish to trade or an instrument you wish to trade, so you can either come to the bottom and click on this. You can type whatever you wish to trade. So let's say AUG euro, so you can see. Then I'll click on enter. Automatically to add this if it is available. This market watch contains some details, and one of these details is the bid price and the ask price. So now if I'm to expand this a little, so you can see we have the bid price, we have the ask price. So the bid price is the price at which you are allowed to sell if you want to partake in selling. So basically, so there are different ways to participate in trading. Is either you buy or you sell or you hold what you have. Maybe you've bought, right? Then you are holding until a particular price or your particular target is reached, or you do nothing. So now, practically, you can either buy or sell, right? So if you are buying, you'll be buying at the ask price, which is this price. And if you are selling, you'll be selling with the bid price, which is this price, right? So you can see the price that is moving on this chart is also the bid price. So you can see different symbol having different bid price and ask price. So sometimes the ask price is equal to the bid price, right? So that is where the spread is as good as zero. That means the difference between the ask price and the bid price is zero. So also another thing you should note is that the ask price is usually higher than the bid price. So in the case where maybe you are trying to play a trick and you're like, okay, so can I buy and close the position at the same time at the speed of light? Yes, maybe. If you do, you might have a little bit of loss or end up with zero profits depending on the volatility, also depending on the spread. So if you are buying and you are entering at the ask price, if you want to close your buy position, you'll be closing it at the bid price. And if you have a sell position which you enter through the bid price, so if you are closing the sell position, you'll be closing at the ask price. So that is the standard. So unless the ask price is as good as the bid price or is equal to the bid price, that means zero spread. That is when you'll be able to buy now, close now, and end up with zero loss. So that is because the bid price, you are fortunate enough to be doing that when the bid price and the ask price is equal to zero. But the question is, won't you be paying for commission? Okay, let's leave that for another day. Now you know what the bid price is and you know what the ask price is, right? The ask price is the price at which you buy and the bid price is the price at which you sell, right? So let me quickly add a new chart window. So I'll select the symbol under my market watch. I'll right click, then I'll go for chart window, right? So it will load. So here you go. This is my chart symbol. So before you trade any symbol, you should be fully aware of the rules and regulation or the specification for that particular symbol. Let's say you are trading US30, the minimum lot size or the maximum lot size allowed on US30 on IC market might be different from the one allowed on XNES. So you need to be aware of that. So to know the specification or to know about each symbol you wish to trade, all you need to do is select the symbol on the market watch, then right click, then go for specification. So this is it, right? So let me just expand it. So now this is telling me that, oh, what sector is this? What class of instrument is this? Oh, it is a commodity. In what industry? It is a precious metal, right? This is it. So how many digits do we have after the decimal point on the chart? So you can see we have 2 here, and here you go, we have 2. On your broker, you might have 3. So depending on the broker, like I said. So let's say we want to go for something like this. You can see even from the bid price and the hash price of Euro JPY, you can see we have 3. So let's see what the digit will be for Euro JPY. You can see we have 3. You can see, let's see for this. You can see we have 5, right? So now let's just continue with this. So the next thing is the contract size. So which is the standard unit? The standard unit is 100,000 units, right? So now the spread, is it fixed? No, it is a floating one. So that is what it means. So basically in Forex, it is a combination of 2 currencies, right? So now the currency on the left side is usually the base currency, and the currency on the right hand side is usually the quote currency. So now instead of calling it base and quotes, it is called margin currency and profit currency. So that is why we have this. So you can see this is the base currency, which is the euro, and this is the quote currency, which is New Zealand dollar, right? You can see every other details, including the minimum lot size and the maximum lot size. So in the case where I have enough money in my credit account, I can even take 1,000 lot size per position. So I won't be able to enter 1,000 lot size. And that is because the maximum lot size allowed by this broker per position is 100 lot size, and the minimum is 0.01. So in the case maybe I'm fearful, I don't have enough margin, or I don't have enough money in my account, so you won't be able to trade less than 0.01 on this particular symbol. When am I allowed to trade this particular symbol? So you can see I'm only allowed to trade from Monday to Friday, and even when it is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I can only trade within this time period. So once it is 12 a.m. on dot, I won't be able to trade. Even if the market is moving, I still won't be able to trade, because this is the only restricted time you are allowed to trade the market. So that's that on symbol specification. So you need to be familiar with this particular part of MetaTrader, so you know more about the pair you are trying to trade. So that is that. So I'll close this. Now that we have the chart, so what you can do, let's say you don't like this grid, you can easily right click and you can go for grid, right? So let's say you don't like this tick volume as well, this, you can easily right click as well and go for this. So you can see it is removed. So let's say I have positions, right? And maybe after closing it, it is still telling me that, oh, you still have this history. Let me close this. So now, before I close this, I would like to close it magically, right? MT5 offered you the opportunity to close your positions in bulk. So instead of having to close this one by one, which you can do, let's say I have more than this. Let's say, let me reduce the trade volume so I don't eat up my account. So let's say I have more than this, right? So in the case where normally I should be closing this one by one, right? But I don't want to do that. So what I can do, I can easily right click on this panel under my toolbox. So in the case where you don't have this toolbox, you can go for view, then go for toolbox. So you can see this is it. Then under trade, all you need to do is right click, then go for bulk operation. So you can close all the position together. You can close just the buy position, and you can close just the losing position. You can close all the profitable position only. In the case where you have others, you can delete. So the moment I select this, you will realize that everything will be closed at the same time. So you can see everything was closed at the same time, and that is how to do bulk operation in MT5. Alright, so we are done with that, right? So now you can easily change your time frame as well. So you can see I can change to 1 minute, 5 minutes, and if you don't want to do that, you can right click, go for time frame, and select the time frame. So you can even see you can even change to 3 minutes time frame, right? So you can see now this is my trade history. So in the case where you do not like this to show on your chart, you can right click and go for this, select this to deactivate the trade history. So you can see it has been removed, and if you want to bring it back, you can have it like this. So that is that. So you can also zoom out or zoom in, so you can see you can zoom in, and in the case where maybe you are trying to go back, and you can see it is always dragging you back each time there's a new tick. So you can just click on this to so that it won't bring you back to the end each time there's a new price. So you can see I can easily go back. So if I want to go back to the latest price or the latest candle, so all I need to do is click this again. And you can see if I want a space to be available on the right hand side, so I just need to do this, right? And if I don't want the space anymore, so I can go back here. So I've shown you how to place a buy position and a sell position, right? And as you can see, this is the ask price and this is the bid price, right? So now, under this toolbox and under this trade tab, you can see this is the symbol of the position or the order, and this is the ticket, or more like the ID attached to each position or each trade. This is the time I open the position, right? This is the type of position. This is a buy position, a sell position, a sell position, and a buy position. And this is the lot size, the size of the each position. This is the buying price. This is the price at which I enter this position. This is the price at which I enter this position. Same thing, same thing. And this is the column for the stop loss. Let's assume I have an assigned stop loss. So let me quickly drag and drop this for a stop loss. So, I'm setting the take profit here. I think this is a sell position. Yes. So this, you can see now the take profit is showing. And in the case where you want to enter a particular price for it, so I can double click, right? Then I'll be able to set the take profit. So let's say I want to set take profit to be, let's say 5019, right? So after doing that, I can just click on modify, and you can see now it has its take profit. And if I want to set a stop loss for it, I can also double click and set the stop loss for it, right? So that is that. Now this price and this price, they are two different things. This is the entry price and this is the potential price at which you can close any of the position. So for a buy position, this particular price is the bid price. That means the price at which you can potentially close this buy position if you want to close it now. And this is the ask price, which is the potential price at which you can close this sell position if you wish to close it now. So you can see these two sell positions have the same price, and that is the ask price, and these two buy position have the same price, which is the bid price. So this particular information is very important if you are interested in going into how to develop forex bot for MT5. And this is your floating profit, and this is the cumulative floating profit, right? So now, how do you check? And let's assume I close this. I would like to check the history. So you can come to the history tab. You can see, so these are all the latest history on my account. So you can see it's even telling me that, on this particular day, you can see on this particular day and time, I deposited this particular amount and I've been trading this. This is the stop loss, this is the take profit, this is the time I closed this particular position or this particular order, and this is the price at which I closed the position, and this is the profit made, and this is the change it had on my account. You can see these are the position we created now. You can see the time. In the case where you have a particular column you wish to add, so you can right click, you can see under the column, you can see you can add commission, you can remove this change. In the case where you are not interested in this change, you can remove this. You care about the comment, the trade comment, you want to know maybe which EA is responsible for each position, so you can go for comment. So you can also include the comments. You can right click and remove it. Maybe you are interested in the magic number instead. You can see there's room for magic number now. So in the case where you want to remove it, you can also come back and remove it. Just right click and remove it, right? So it is as simple as that. So let's assume you have a particular trading style. Let's assume let's assume you like using envelope and you have a particular parameter you love using on it, right? So let me click on OK, and let me show my envelope. So this is my envelope, right? So let's assume you like this indicator and you love trading it on range of pairs. So let's assume you have this setup and you don't want to always set this up for each pair you want to trade. So you can always save these templates. So you can say right click, templates, and save. So you can just say my template, right? Then you click on OK, right? So be aware of where you are saving it to. So just let me click on OK. So let's say I want to have this. So instead of setting up my indicators or my template again, so I can easily right click and go for templates, and under my templates, so I can either go for load. So you can see I will have my option here, or you can see I already have the option here, which is this. So you can see I don't need to set it up again. I don't need to reconfigure the value, all of those stress. I don't need to do that again. So that is that. Also, you're not limited to this. You can also change the properties. So in the case where maybe you're not fine with this black background for the chart, so you can right click and go for property, right? So you can see this is a preview. So you can change this to, let's say, this. You can also change this to, let's say, which is this, right? You know what? Let me first zoom in so that we can see closely, right? Let me go back, right? So you can see, we can see properly. Okay, so I'll just go for this, and let's say I want yellow, right? So that's that. So let's say I want to change this bullish candle. I want to change it from black to, let's say, yellow. I want it to be yellow, and I want the outline for it to be yellow as well, or let's say blue. You can see. And let's say we want to change this bearish candle, we want to change the color. Maybe we want to change it to, what should we change it to? Maybe blue, right? And we want to change the outline. We want to change it to, let's say, I know this is random, right? So you can also do that based on your specification, right? So let me say, okay, let's say I'm fine with this. Then I can just click on OK. You can see now my chart is beautiful. If you do not want to lose this particular chart look, you can also save it as a template. So you can say right click. So you can just right click and go for templates and save. So you can say my chart, my beautiful chart. So you can say my beautiful. Then let's say I have this symbol. Then I want to have this same configuration, right? So I'll just right click. I'll go for template. Then I'll go for, instead of load template, or you can see I have the option, and automatically I don't need to go through all the stress of setting up this chart property again. And that's that on how to create a template and the chart property. Also, you're not limited to this. So you can also draw trend line. You can even draw a Fibonacci retracement. So let's go for a niche chart, right? So let me just zoom. Okay, I can just leave this like this. So now, how do you draw a trend line? So you go for insert, then you go for objects, then you can see I have this option, trend line. You can even have an horizontal line. Let's say you want to mark this eye. You can see now it has been marked. So let's say you are not, this particular line is not exactly where you want it to be. So you can right click. After selecting it, you can right click and go for property, and under the parameter you can set to whatever you want. So let's say it is supposed to be on this, right? So also you can change the name, right? You can also give it a description. You can change the line color. So let's say I want it to be yellow. You can also change it if you want it to be a solid line or a broken line, dashed line, whatever you want. You can also change the thickness. Yeah, so that is that. Remember, we've changed the value, so automatically watch out for this. It will be moved to this new value once I click on OK, as you can see, and it has also changed my color. So that is that. You're not limited to this. You can also draw a trend line, right? So you can go for this. You can see, let me draw my trend line from here. Oops, from here. You can see, and that is that. Interesting, right? So let me draw my trend line again. So let's say I draw from here down to this point. Okay, so that's that. I can also delete this. So all you need to do is select each one you want to delete. So select them and you press delete, and everything was selected, everything was deleted. You can also draw a Fibonacci retracement. So you can see under Fibonacci, you can go for Fibonacci retracement. You can just draw from here to here, and that's that. Delete. So you can also have it inserted. Let's say you want to reinsert it, but this time I'll be drawing from the bottom, right? So that's that. You can also readjust. You can see you can readjust to whatever you want. So that is that on how to draw an object. So if you are not limited to just this, you can see we have other options. You can see we have other options, so you can go ahead and play with all of this. So let's say you like drawing other blocks, or you like marking FVG. So you can just go ahead, once you realize that, oh, you have FVG, so you can just go ahead and draw whatever you want. So let's say, okay, I think this is a small FVG. Okay, so this is it, you can see. So that is that. So that is that for now. And in the case where you want to learn how to install an EA on MetaTrader 5, you want to learn how to backtest the EA, and you want to learn how to get the best out of it. So you want to learn how to optimize the EA as well. So I've done video on that on my channel, so you can go to my channel and check that out. And if you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want me to cover a particular topic, maybe you want me to code a particular strategy for MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, let me know in the comment section. I'll be creating video on that based on your demand. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.